I had to jump from my academic life to boiling water of agricultural business because my youth coincided with the tectonic historical shift in the world history. So the Soviet Union collapsed, and I had to, with my country, find a place in the new reality. Uzbekistan at that time was a monocultural country, so we used to grow only cotton. So the potato production, it was just in time, but nobody knew what is potatoes, and nobody knew how to grow it, except including me. Everyone was mocking me and saying that you've seen potatoes only on your plate. But then I said, then I will make it selling itself. So I had to, let's say, come to somebody who was the most, let's say, prominent farmer in Uzbekistan. And I, thanks to my trustworthy reputation, I convinced him to buy first seed from Holland because it was the most expensive product at that time. And it, since I was from the beginning till the end, I was helping and navigating how to do the process. And then it was a great success. And we repeated, we just scaled up the success up to all the regions in Uzbekistan. And then it's in all Central Asia and then Caucasus. So it really became so that my potatoes was selling itself. And so we were bringing to farmers not only the seed, but technology, all the innovations, so that to make in our harsh climate, in these extremely difficult climate conditions, to grow something which was not grown before. So we were completely dependent on potatoes, which was coming from Russia. So, but we've been, you have to be all the time up to date. You have to be knowing all the, what's happening, what kind of modern thing now happening in agriculture. So, and to bring it and to promote it in Uzbekistan and the country we are responsible for, it was quite a difficult task, but we managed. So, and actually it was very quick. We became, in 2 years' time, we started in 1994, we became the main supplier of sweet potatoes in Uzbekistan. So you just have to be all the time up to date. You just have to, let's say, make your clients always reachable for your clients. You have to be, let's say, doing the best for them. And then it's just pays off. So since my potato starts selling itself, I start doing some charity, as you see, and then I became also, because I became quite known for that, not maybe potato queen, but still quite prominent businesswoman. I start making speeches also in kind of forums. So what was the biggest obstacle for me? Being a woman, really. So you have to be 10 times better than male in this male-dominated society. So you have to become, to gain respect and trust. But when you did it, when you finally gain it, then you just have to maintain, and then this your hard work pays off. So then it was CELA for me, transformational experience, and then I had understood that just being realize yourself in only in business, it does not make you, let's say, it does not only it does help you to self-improvement. So I decided to come back to my profession. And also I start teaching, because the best way of learning, to my opinion, is teaching. And not only teaching, but also making a research. And this research, because so it was really important for me, and made me understood that leadership is not only business. So it's also charity, and it's also bringing, let's say, innovation in life of your country. So you see, this was actually doing all the time. So I understand that I have to bring old tradition and Western innovations, and kind of merging it. And that was, I think, the biggest source of my success. So as I told you, I not only start teaching again, but I start making research, and I published. You can congratulate me. This year, I published my first article, "Female: the Psychological Determinant of Female Leadership in Uzbekistan," and I participated and even moderated international psychological conference in Athens. So, and because psychology is a science which is so quickly developing. So to stay up to date, you have to really read a lot, and you have to, when you go to auditory with your students, you have to understand what's really going on, yeah, because it's actually so many different disciplines in time. And again, it's also paid off because my research and my article has been recognized, and it has been, as I told you, published, and it's really my big pride. And I'm proud of that even more than my, let's say, potato business, because as I told you, now potato sells itself. I have a distribution network, which is working for myself. So this is my three, let's say, part of my personality. I'm still extremely active in potatoes. And this year I sold a lot even in Tajikistan, which was difficult. Then I'm speaking, I make public speeches in different kind of events. And I think my biggest achievement in becoming grandmother, as you see, is my granddaughter. And I also started podcast with my nephew. It's about the most popular psychological topics. So feel free to join. I would be happy. And I told you, so my real, let's say, that's that I was never afraid of anything. I was grabbing any opportunities. I was never saying, never getting no as an answer, and never stopped learning and staying up to date. And I was always, let's say, reachable for my client. I was always trying to justify price of my services and quality of my products. And that helped me to build trust. Once, as I told you, you build trust, then it all goes for me automatically. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Today we are decoding internet. So when it started, development of ARPANET. ARPANET, this is the company who started it in 1966. It's communication project. This is forerunner for the modern internet as we know it. It went live in 1969. And this was actually a project to create sustainable network that could survive nuclear attack. Can you imagine that? So ARPANET was the persecutor of modern internet, but it wasn't online. It worked only within this project. So it went online in 1973 with the satellite link that actually linked the University of College in London and the Norway University. It laid the groundwork for the creation of internet as we know it today. Actually, this is how it worked in the graph. As you can see it, so satellite went to Cosmos and then comes back to your home internet. Now we know what came first, satellite or cable internet. So it was international consortium that included Britain, France, and USA that worked for research all of to the GEO satellites. GEO satellites is a fixed position in orbit, so it took the internet to the ground. Then we came to submarine internet. So maybe some of you don't know, but actually all of the world are connected to the fiber optic, which lies down between the countries under the sea. So the first submarine went on in even 1950. Can you imagine it? But it wasn't fiber at that time, of course. And fiber laid down in 1988. This is when I was born, actually. This is amazing map how the cables lie down through the continents right now. In 2022, I couldn't find a newer map. So the data transits between internet providers, actually. You need us, providers, to be connected to the internet. Without us, you cannot use internet, unfortunately. So there is a transit providers such as British Telecom, AT&T, Cogent, who else? Verizon, Nippon Telephone Telegraph. This is huge companies. They sell internet to tier 2 providers, which then deliver it to tier 3. Our company is tier 3 provider. So we deliver last mile to the end user. This is actually the flow of the internet as I see it, to be honest. So every time you type anything, this is how your data looks like in my mind. I don't know if it looks like that, actually. But then we have peering. This is when we don't use transit. So two providers can connect to each other just to share their data between themselves They can even not go internationally. They can be local. And that's how actually it works in nowadays. So whenever you go to internet, you type any website and then you receive data back. Let's go to the history and development, evolution of internet. If you all remember, we had dial-up at first. So when we had dial-up, you had to dial a telephone number, connect, and then it called back. Then you had 56 kilobit per second. All of this data was only text. There was no pictures at all. Then we had ADSL. This is actually some of the providers still use even dial-up ADSL as well. But dial-up is 56 kilobit and ADSL is 24 megabits per second. It's 20 times more than we have pictures now. So this is the technology we used for the last 10 years, 15 years even. And today we are using fiber. Fiber is something unbelievable. It actually provided us the space to develop all of these online applications that we are using now, even Zoom. Without fiber, it wouldn't be even possible us to communicate like that. In this, we need fast-speed internet to have picture, to have voice, to have data. This is how fiber gets to your house. So we line fiber optic cable through our telephone station until your house. We also have mobile internet that is in our life every day. I guess everybody is waking up with their phone in their hands, going to sleep with their phone in their hands. I'm not going to tell you where people use internet, mobile internet elsewhere. So now we're coming to Starlink. I feel like I'm very short in time, 20 seconds is less. So you all know this guy. He's developing something amazing. I believe maybe this is our future. It's internet, but in 10 years, who knows? It might be global. It might connect us with other planets as well. So I think thanks to Elon, we will all have this. So why internet service providers are so important? As I told you, you cannot connect to internet without us. Our responsibilities is mainly maintenance of our infrastructure and delivering internet, whatever connection speed you would like. And without internet, why is internet important? We wouldn't have all of these applications. We wouldn't have Visa Pay, Google Pay, cryptocurrency, bookings online, stock markets, YouTube, etc. One thing I wanted to share with you about Uzbekistan, we are one of two double language countries. One is in Europe, it's Liechtenstein, and one is Uzbekistan. So it does matters when you come to internet, because as you have seen, to connect easily, you need C, it's cheaper, it's faster, and you don't rely to anyone. In our case, we're relying to neighbors as well, and then we get to the C. So the internet is a global communication system that links together thousands of individual networks. We are all connecting now through internet, and that's the end.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dilshod, and very happy to see you all. And like many of you, I am just an ordinary resident of the concrete jungles. This is exactly what I want to talk to you about today. But before I tell you the project, I ask you just to look around just for a few seconds. What do you see from the window of your office or from your home when you are? I think you see some tree, some nature spaces, and your eyes are focused on this. This is normal, this is natural, because we all live on incredible intense spaces, and we live in a concrete jungles. And even in this familiar phrase, there is this subconsciously, still a connection to the nature when we talk about the nature. So the concrete wall of the office weighed down on us, causing depression, even at the job we love, while a sedentary lifestyle leads to deterioration of the health. So during the COVID, I moved to the working space on a green space, and now I'm practice, and we are presenting to you a new spaces called EcoHub. EcoHub is a new creative business culture called eco-working. It's like we work on the nature, and in Uzbekistan, we are launching a pilot version of EcoHub project. And in the very center of the capital, there is a quiet and green, very large eco space. This is a football stadium arena. Okay, what can you do here in football stadium arena? We have 5 practices. The first practice is camping working. You work in a camping format, but in the nature. So the next, what kind of inventory do we have? All the internet and office equipment, printing, etc. All we have. What can you do also here? You can practice walking meetings, or corporate walking, or synchronized walking. We invent a different style of walking styles, so that the people could combine walking style with meetings and calling and other brain activity. So the next is what you see on the screen is the Nordic walking. So Nordic walking activity can be combined with telephone calls, Zoom calls, or listening audiobooks. And the next one is Scandinavian hiking. When you downstairs and upstairs, this is a unique place when you can move 95% of your whole body's muscles. On the same time, you can talk and think and use your mind. And the 5th activity is darts. There is no darts in Uzbekistan. This is the first time that we integrate darts in a football stadium. And what is interesting is that if you stand 2 steps from the button, the height and distance of the dartboard from the through the line perfectly match international standards. So next one is in each city of the world, there is special infrastructure for sport, a separate infrastructure for the nature, and separate infrastructure for the buildings or business co-workings, etc. In our case, EcoHub is a place where sport, business, and nature come together. So companies like Apple and Google have their own corporate campuses where the focus of the harmony of the movement and nature and the work. However, not all companies can afford such spaces. So in our case, EcoHub is for companies, like campus for companies. Our business model is monthly subscription model, rental space, incubation programs, and networking programs. We don't know where we are sure that we will find a right business model, because now we are under customer development status. So you can ask why, how to manage meteo and weather activity. So we have invented eco classification. It's like call of nature hours. So for example, now in September, morning and the evening is the best call of nature hours. We are choosing a space for the this space is like okay, United Nations program, and we support this United Nations tour program. I don't remember in English. So what we have done is we have invented a new creative sport called ecothlon. So ecothlon, it's like biathlon, it's like triathlon, but it's on the center of the cities, ecothlon. And you can combine Nordic walking, darts walking, and hiking. And the last one is about the community. So I'm addressing to CELA community. Let's, in your city, you should have some botanical gardens or parks or stadiums, arena, as in Tashkent. So if we create an like association and we forward this eco-working culture on your city, let's do it together. Let's create like eco-working association, and let's create together and promote together the new culture of working, of activity, and of nature on this one space. Thank you very much for your attention. Sorry for my English.
Now on the screen, you can see my father. I know we look alike, but well, one day I understood that despite we might seem very resemble each other physically, but our perception of reality are vastly different. And during a difficult time of him, he was searching for a new job. I tried to encourage him and I told him, you know, the main thing to find it is something you love. And I got very harsh and reaction. I didn't expect it. He said, oh, what are you talking about? What kind of love are you talking about? I'm looking for a well-paid, very stable job that meets my experience, matches my experience and competence. That's all. That's the essence of the work. And I felt myself like this minion from the cartoon. I understood that there is a generational gap in the perception of the same topic was obvious. My father is a classic baby boomer. And all of us know that marketers can easily, in advertisement, be very manipulative. And for baby boomers, it's very important to see the words that helps to cope with the losing control, insecurity, instability in general. And what about nostalgia? This is a trend nowadays in advertisement, and most of the baby boomers and late millennials and early millennials strive to go back mentally to the time of their youth when everything was very good in the pink colors and was full of positive emotions, and advertisers use it very good. And marketers work every day to make our choices easier in the reality of abundance of everything. Sometimes we don't know what to choose, and thanks to the advertisement, they have given a hint on us to choose something we love. And we said sometimes, no worries, don't be worried. Some marketers will help you to cope with these difficulties. Dina, if I'm not mistaken, it's not going to 20 seconds.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can go with this sixth slide. Yeah, now it's worked. And sometimes for us, it's very difficult to make this choice because in the abundance of everything, we go into anxiety situation when we don't know what to choose. And in the advertisement, people help us to choose. For example, for millennials and the baby boomers, as I told, they strive to show the stability. But if you are millennial, congratulations, then you will see in the slides what the wish of individuality, willingness of being very individual and very unique brought us to the every year tradition to buy the new iPhone, even if it barely differed from the previous one. And you see, so many people every year strive to change their iPhone because they are stick to the idea that Apple sees in our heads, that this is the symbol of the uniqueness, symbol of the being different from others. So you can see the line of people striving to be unique. Most of them, I suppose, are millennials, and they strive to be unique from one year to another year. And they are ready to stay in this big line and wait for the new symbol of individuality. What about Zoomers? Zoomers like the word self-expression, and Nike successfully uses this, and their Nike ID program sells very good sneakers that are customized by the clients themselves. And moreover, the Zoomers strive to make the input into the green economy and bring some input to the society, because our choices are shaped by our anxieties and fears, and we strive to cope with it through some, I don't know, decisions, through some good services and goods, and cope with it in our lives and be more calm. Something happened with this slide. Okay, it seems more like a movie. Can you skip it, please? Okay, something happened. So brand managers and marketologists help with this, and they help and explain us what to want. And going back to the Zoomer that want to make an input into the green economy, for example, fashion industry make their stuff from the recycled materials. For example, Patagonia t-shirt costs 10 times higher than the ordinary t-shirt, which costs $6. But anyway, Zoomers strive to buy this Patagonia t-shirt, overlaying t-shirt. That is how they show their attitude to the goods and brands that are socially responsible. Let me bring another example from the local advertisement. 3 years ago, one advertisement company launched the company for retail, and on the pictures there were some sentences that iron and washing machine and vacuum cleaner is not a gift, and by this sentence, by this key idea, they wanted to persuade gift givers to buy another thing. And guess which thing? Of course, iPhones. And putting this emphasis on this idea of the women that they are not a function in the family anymore. They are individuals, they are unique people, and they want something that are the symbol of uniqueness. Actually, brands, by using these instruments, put the idea of free choice to our heads, but actually there is no choice for customers. We think that we do this choice by choosing between, I don't know, red and blue pill, but everything comes to the understanding that it's manipulation, and by choosing red or blue pill, we choose the one thing that was emphasized in the advertisement by the marketologists. So it is very important to study the audience, and especially the fears, the anxieties, and the inner wishes of the audience before starting the business or before selling the product. And when the generation, as far as the generation had the same fear, the same anxieties connected to the socio-economical reality, we think that we make a choice and the choice is good, but actually the brand could sell us the right choice that is wrote in their brand strategy. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, we start from some theory from the same named book of Joe Pine, called Experience Economy. There is a 4-stage evolution of it. In agrarian economy, you made everything, and the example of birthday cake, you made everything yourself. Like in goods-based beginning of 20th century economy, you bought ingredients. In the mid-20th century, busy parents bought cakes. And what we have our age now is experience economy, when you outsource the entire event, not only cake, but event matters. And the progression of economic value of experience is displayed on this diagram. And when you stage your experience in any business, you are first differentiated, and second high value. So in a comparison with like previous stages, you always win in money and in differentiation. Experience formula means that commodities are tangible. Dina, I don't know why not all slide is displayed, but okay, we press it like this. Commodities are tangible, services are tangible, experiences are memorable. So this is the rule for experience. And there are 4 characteristics of experience. It's usually between absorption and immersion, and passive and active. And we have entertainment, we have education, we have some aesthetic and escapism as like essential parts of experience. And immersive experiences, this is very new type of products, especially for tourism. In all capitals of Central Asia now we have good audio performances. This is different from audio guides. It's totally immerse you. You can find like this product in your city. And there are like a few types of, for instance, entertainment. This is like combinations of words. Which means like you eat, but you entertain at the same time. So it's more than just eat your food. You share, you like experience something. There is a entertaining. This is the combination of fusion of entertainment and shopping. We can witness it in big shopping malls, yes, where services go far away, far beyond just selling goods to us. There is a shoppertainment. This is relative conception, shopping with some entertainment, but usually this is related to some applications which help us which navigate us and entertain at the same time while we are doing shopping. And there is edutainment. I think CELA Academy is the best example of what edutainment means. So we are learning, we are having fun, we are having networking, and it's all together. And after such kind of education, you will not go to boring like lectures or classes, yes, to learn about leadership. So this diagram shows that the more customization is there, and less commodization, the more experience you offer to your customers. And there is another stage is transformation, which is like next after experience. Experience economy in tourism means that your guests want to spend their time meaningfully. So it's about time, and the new term visitor experience is a new replacement for the outdated tourism term. So now come to Central Asia. We have like a few different maps. Some consider like Srednya Asia, 5 stans, Pentastans. This is 5 post-Soviet states, but there is also much bigger space, call it Central Asia or Central Asia in Russian, which also includes Mongolia, South Caucasia, and Afghanistan. And some thoughts about our region. Central Asia is undergoing now is a new wave of globalization, and it integrates successfully to the Eurasian, to the Silk Road, and to the global space. Some thoughts about destination, because Central Asia is also a tourism destination, but not only tourism. There is a renaissance of Silk Road. There is a search for historical meanings, and of course Silk Road is a new multi-country and multicultural destination, which is getting more and more popular in the world tourism map. What do we have as a cultural tourism across Central Asia? We have 2 main products. This is nomad traditions for Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, and settlers traditions for Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. And all together, these 2 types of experience create our Central Asian unique product for tourism. There is a challenge, of course, for thinking like a Central Asian, and this is normal, we all think like by countries and nationalities, but new challenge is a regional mindset. the more regional thinking we possess, the more successful we are in regional level. And startuppers, by the way, do it very successfully. So thanks to Aziz, I will not explain what landlocked means, but we have to be more land-linked Central Asia, and this is also depends on us in CELA. We do this part of this job and quite successfully. For what does it mean Central Asia as a common destination? For foreign investors, it means the region of 75+ million of people and possibility to invest in 3-4 countries as a one market. For tourism, it means like you can visit 2-3 countries in one time and have experiences I mentioned before. So we are Central Asians, and all we need is plov. On this picture, you can see many friends. This picture is made in Global Summit in 2019 here in Uzbekistan. Thank you very much.
All right. So I'm here to share, empower, enlighten you, and activate you with my lived experiences and all the benefits I got from mentorship, sponsorship as a young person from Karshi, Uzbekistan, to live in Denmark, US, and Finland. And for many, many times, I've been alone in the room. It's a beautiful metro here in Tashkent, but it's been very cold to be a woman in any workplace. And it's not just in Central Asia. So despite the global progress, women at the work are at 47%, where men are 72% globally at work. And there's so many social norms globally. Social norms are keeping women away from work. So here, mentoring and sponsorship is the magic sauce for us to use it as a systemic way to promote talent pipeline where we are in the Central Eurasia, and sponsorship as the way to push more women, give them recognition, visibility as the good resource. I've done my analysis and work with youth and women for 5 years, even though I'm in Finland. And these young girls, these women want mentors online, offline. They want to experience studying abroad and even working in their own country, and to find the mentors who are within their values. And I also discussed with diaspora, the Central Asian diaspora, that are willing to give back, connect to women and girls, and make sure that they have this connection on not only sentimental value, but to create more Shahnozas, Umidas, Nargizas. So it's not one woman in the room, but one of many. So what we're looking at here, mentorship and sponsorship, is a strategic way for all of our CELA world, let's say, just for this context, to think, be it connectivity, economic value, experiences of Michael saying agriculture with the potato queen. We can really bring these initiatives to all our companies. Now, you will see there is a tradition and modernity discussions either in Europe and also in Central Eurasia. We have in Uzbekistan, 80% of women in the metro are cover it in veil, which is absolutely okay. But what does it say about their access to job market, job companies? So here, what is mentorship? Mentorship allows us to use our expertise, share it with someone who is younger, less experienced, give them the confidence, the opportunity to see themselves in the future career, but also see that there is a space for them in the market, regardless of all the narratives. After the good mentorship, you can see the good mentorship, relationship building, trust building, whatever generation Umida says, if you're a Zoomer or a millennial, that goes into good sponsorship, because of course, sponsorship is a risk to be someone's, have a protege. And I want actually to ask you, how many of you have been mentors, officially or unofficially? How many of you are being a sponsor? Sponsor is recognizing someone on LinkedIn, showing this to showcasing that person to get them a job, a position, or even them being present on a board leadership. And how many of us would like to give back? Because we are in CELA, are really rich in social capital and using our system, even just in CELA, to recommend each other. So I shared this story. I'm a product of mentorship, and I'll be forever an advocate of this, especially in our hybrid lives. So where, as this dog, as a German Shepherd dog, you need to give a hand, but taking the risk, getting to know the person well. And it's not necessarily, it's a time investment, obviously, but there is time for it to do in a strategic, as a HR pipeline way, as a CSR program. And here some of the faces you will see are the greatest sponsors that I also have gotten by my previous engagement in Uzbek activities. And all of these people can be already a sponsor for someone who could get a job, promotion, salary increase, and also lift that person in critical meetings. So research says 22%, those women who have sponsors have 22% more chance to get promoted. I mean, in Uzbekistan, Central Asian context, we're actually just getting them to the workplace, whatever entry level it is or not, is already a good sign, because believe you me, my relatives in my family, they have not even a bank account, and it's incredibly unequal way we live our lives. So here in CELA, I've been also a sponsor. I had a sponsor to be recommended to this. So I know this leads to economic outcomes. It's not anything fluffy. It's a researched, it's a structured way where I would welcome all of us to channel this spirit of CELA to companies where this is Uzbek team, okay? It was first time I could see with us cooperating, looking each other in the eye and working on equal footing. This is gender equitable workplaces that we want to envision in the region, which is native to us. I love the experience of CELA. I want to invite all of you to make sure and question your HR and management, board leadership. What could be a sustainable platform? So this is my relatives from Shahrizab, Uzbekistan, could also see themselves as world citizens, create products, be it in tourism or agriculture or AI. And for sure, I am, as I said in the beginning, I'm a product of this mentoring. I come from a very low social culture, like cultural capital, and I had to learn my way to be that person. And I want to empower all of you to become role models, to become sponsors, and to become the mentors. And always, always say, if there's anything investment heavy, it should be this education activities. So why do I bring the Lasgi picture here? Because it's a 3,000-year-old dance, which is sustainable and it's gender equal. We have the narratives to build the narratives and through the culture. We don't want young people to just go in and become Elon Musks. I want all of these girls to think that they have a space to create the products, services, to be the powerhouse of Uzbek or any Central Eurasian country with our connected program of mentorship and sponsorship. And it's not so many in Uzbekistan or Europe, Eurasia at the moment. So hopefully we could do something together.